Good afternoon and welcome to the Day 3 class on cyber security awareness. Again, my name is Engineer Faith Edu, and today we'll be talking on protection against viruses and other malwares. The outline of the class for today's lesson is 1. What is malware? 2. Types of malwares. 3. Case studies. 4. Signs of a malware attack. And 5. Preventive measures. So we'll just go straight to the class. What is a malware? Malware is shorthand for malicious software. You've heard of malware. Malware is short for malicious software. Malware is a collective name for a number of malicious software variants, including viruses, ransomware, and spyware. This software is intentionally designed to cause damages to a computer, server, client, or computer network. So there are different types of malware. We have the viruses, Trojan, worms, rootkits, keyloggers, ransomware, hardware, spyware. We'll be looking at this. Case study 1. We have different case studies here. Case study 1, case study 2, case study 3, case study 4. So please, let's open this and see. Well, all of these case studies gives us different examples of malware attacks. The first one here is talking about from this day website, NCC alerts Nigerians to deadly flu bot malware targeting bank accounts. We have another case study here. Nigerian hacker offers 1 million to disgruntled employees in ransomware scheme. We have the next one here. Cybersecurity, Kaspersky blots over 14,000 mobile malware attacks in Nigeria in 6 months. And then we have the fourth one. So just go through this case study. We look at the different types of malware one after the other, starting with viruses. A computer virus is a type of malicious code or program written to alter the way a computer operates and is designed to spread from one computer to another. It is a malicious code or program that is written to alter the way a computer operates. Remember, we talked about computer programming and computer programming language, the language we use in giving instruction that the computer understands and executes. So if a virus is introduced, that language is altered. So the computer no longer understands the instruction you are giving, the particular way you mean it to understand and give you the desired result. Instead, it understands it a separate way that whoever introduced that virus wants it to understand, because that virus has altered the programming language. So you don't get the desired result you will be looking for. But instead, the computer gives the desired result that the cyber criminal that introduced the virus into the computer you'll be looking for. So it is operated that way, and it is designed to spread from one computer to another. Virus don't just stay in one computer. If one computer is infected and one way or the other, there is a direct transfer of the information from that computer to the next. The virus goes along with it to the next computer device. So a virus operates by inserting or attaching itself to a legitimate program or document that supports macros in order to execute its code. Next, we have worms. Worms are basically harmful software which uses network or system vulnerability to spread themselves from system to system. They are typically part of the software, such as rootkits, and normally the entry point into the system. They basically compromise the system and provide access to other malware. Worm come in and provide access to other malware to gain you gain entry into the computer system. And very harmful. And then next we have the rootkit. This is a clandestine computer program designed to provide continued privileged access to a computer while actively hiding its presence. Like a hacker just creates a program that is hidden, it's in your system somewhere, you don't know that it is there. And through that program, the hacker can, the cyber criminal can gain access to, the cyber criminal can gain access to your computer without your knowledge. So we're talking about rootkit as that program that is designed and is hiding somewhere in your system. You are not aware that it is there. Maybe somebody just hiddenly had access to your system and installed it, and the person used it to be accessing your system and getting privileged information from your system while actively hiding it. So you will not know it is there. It is not designed for you to see, but it is still within your system. Originally, a rootkit was a collection of tools that enable administrator level access to a computer or network. Root refers rather to the admin account on Unix and Linux systems, and kit refers to the software component that implement the tool. So they are saying that originally this tool was a legit tool that was designed. For instance, let's say the tech side of an organization can just design it and install in the computer network within the computer within the organization to be checking that okay, everything is working well. But then we now have cyber criminal using it as a cyber criminal tool through which they can gain access to privileged access to your computer and use it to monitor activities going on in your computer without your knowledge. Next, we have ransomware. Ransomware is a form of malware that encrypts a victim's file. The attacker then demands a ransom from the victim to restore access to the data upon payment. This kind of ransomware, this kind of malware is introduced into your system. It encrypts your file, changing the language. You can no longer read it. The computer can no longer read it to give you the desired result. So the attacker now asks for payment in any particular means. They may want the payment before they can restore back access. So users are shown instructions for how to pay a fee to get the decryption key. The cost can range from a few $100s to thousands, payable to cyber criminals, probably most likely in bitcoins. Now we have Trojan. Trojan is a type of malware that invade your computer disguised as a real operational programs. Once a Trojan is inside your system, it can perform destructive actions before you even know it is there. Once inside, some Trojans sit idle on your computer and wait for further instruction from its host hacker. The others begin their malicious activity right from the start. I'm sure we know where Trojan comes from. It comes from the word Trojan comes from the Greek tale where the Trojan horse was used to gain access into a heavily fortified city that was impenetrable. And then once inside, the soldiers came in and and they were able to win the war just by being able to gain access. So this type of malware is named after that. So it invades your computer disguised as a real operational program. You think the program is real, but it is not. It's actually a malware. And then once it is inside your system, now start a destructive action within your system before you even realize that it is in there. Some of them don't start their destructive action immediately. They are just there, you think all is ready, all is not well. Then probably after a while, the system starts behaving funny, while some just start immediately. And it's usually controlled by a host hacker somewhere. Next, we have the spyware. This is loosely defined as malicious software designed to enter your computer device, gather data about you, and forward it to a third party without your consent. Spyware can also refer to legitimate software that monitors your data for commercial purposes like advertising. However, malicious spyware is explicitly used to profit from stolen data. This kind of malware comes into your system and gathers data about it, to be financial data, whatever form of data, and then forward it to a third party without your consent, without even your knowledge. And then we have the keyloggers. I mentioned the keylogger before. It's an insidious form of spyware. You enter sensitive data onto your keyboard, believing nobody's watching. In fact, key logging software is hard at work, logging everything that you type. The key loggers make it so that you're typing, let's see your password, the password is appearing on the screen somewhere, and then someone can just easily access your password and use it to gain access into your account. So this is what the key logger type of malware does. And then we have the hardware, also known as advertisement supported software. This is a software that displays unwanted and sometimes irritating pop-up advert which can appear on your computer or mobile devices. It generates revenue for developers by automatically generating adverts on your screen, usually within a web browser. I'm sure we are used to this, especially some apps we download online comes with a lot of advert. Even some website that we access online too, you see you're watching a particular video on YouTube, on Facebook, and the next you just see the advert pops up. So it is being used to generate revenue for its developers. And then we have the scareware. Scareware is a social engineering tactic that manipulates users into believing they need to download or buy malicious, sometimes useless software, most often initiated using a pop-up ad. So scareware uses social engineering to take advantage of the user's fear, forcing them into installing fake antivirus software. It just tell you, oh, your system is in the risk of shutting down. So in order for it not to shut down, you need to download this, pay for it pay for it, and then otherwise your system will shut down. We just scare you into making transactions that you shouldn't have done. So signs of a malware attack includes frequent pop-up windows. Your usual homepage may change to another website, for instance, plus you may be unable to reset it. Next, you have mass email being sent from your email account. Frequent system crashes. Your system formerly was operating optimally, then suddenly you start having frequent system crashes. They are all signs of a malware attack. Unusually slow computer performance. Unknown program that start up when you turn on your computer. All of these are signs of malware attack. So when you see it, you need to ask for help immediately. Unusual activities like password changes, this could prevent you from logging into your computer. Unusually slow or frozen system functionality, spam and pop-up ads, unknown icons on the desktop, redirection from a popular website to an unknown one, new files or folders created without your permission. Now, how do malware spread? Malware is typically distributed via email attachments. Be very careful of that email attachment you download into your devices. Infected external storage devices like flashes, hard drives, and the rest. So these are some way. If a flash drive that is already containing files that has malware in them is attached to your own device, it immediately transmit the malware into your computer device. And then fake internet ads. By the time you keep clicking on that link to that fake internet ad, you immediately enable the malware have access to your computer device. Social engineering tactics, infected applications on your website. Often users are tricked into downloading malware with links or pop-ups that seem legitimate, such as you see flashing messages like your computer has been infected, click here to run a scan. Sometimes we see this even on our phone, and then you're scared. Oh, we talked about it before, ransomware. You're scared. Oh, my computer has been infected. Oh, let me quickly do this, not knowing that this is where the problem actually lies. Unknown applications that purport to convert files, unzip files, or find discounts. Gifts or prizes offered for clicking a button. Oh, you have won this, that. Click this to access it, and then you go click, not knowing that you're making yourself vulnerable to malware attacks. Clicking the link or button directs the user to a website that automatically installs malware onto their computer. Keep your computer and software, that's preventive measures, how to prevent your system from malware attacks. Keep your computer and software updated at all times, constantly. Think twice before clicking links or downloading anything. Be careful about opening email attachments or images. Don't trust pop-up windows that ask you to download software. Limit your file sharing. and then use an antivirus software. Only buy apps from trusted sources. Only buy apps from trusted sources. Install a firewall. Back up your data regularly. Get a password manager. Only access secured sites. Read email with an eagle eye. Eagle eye means read to check and confirm all the details within that email. Now we have class activity for this class. Scan malicious link or attachment using virus tutor. Just check for links. I already gave us the link to virus tutor, the website to virus tutor. Open it and then click the link and scan and see what results you have. Find a case study of a cyber attack and identify what malware variants were used. This is an assignment. The second part here, in fact, this last activity, this last one is your assignment for your first assignment for the week for the 3 class. Scan malicious link or attachment using virus tutor. You send a screenshot of this to me and then find a case study of a cyber attack and identify what malware variants were used. Thank you very much for staying till the end of the class. See you in the next class.